The Kernel Podcast. Hosted by Noah Norton.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kernel News Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Noah Norton, and let's address the sexy elephant in the room here. Got a little haircut, little trim, but you might also be noticing we're no longer publicizing for a certain very good movie studio. We've decided no more free publicity, A24, okay? Because we're actually debuting this new T-shirt, all right? So you can actually find this at thekernelnews.biz. And check out some of our merch that we have there. Of course, we've shown you in the past that we have our great Risk My Life for Tenant stickers and our God King Nolan stuff, but now you have something you can actually wear. And I think this is an exciting thing. So go check it out, and we'll be repping them going forward. So join the Kernel family with your own swag. And I also did, get a haircut. Some people have been saying it's kind of like a young Jude Law, right? You guys have been saying it. No, you haven't? Stacy, we were talking, you were like, oh no, you were talking about our producer looking. So we're going to get into our news section here. So this is like some quick news to catch you up on what's been happening throughout the week. So let's pop it, lock it, and butter it down. Let's get into the news here. So starting off, the hashtag Restore the Snyderverse movement has worked. Warner Brothers has given Zack Snyder full creative control over every DCEU project going forward. This means they've greenlit a solo Ben Affleck Batman film, a sequel to Man of Steel. Joss Whedon is scheduled to be publicly executed at 5 p.m. Eastern Central. I couldn't make it through. I'm sorry, guys. We put a little prank for y'all. One of our writers thought it'd be funny to be like, oh, hey, Zack Snyder, oh, they're doing it. No, of course, this is all fabrication. Zack Snyder, I read something today. Only 36% of the viewers have actually finished the movie. Yeah, only 36% of it. Most people don't even know how the movie ends. Yeah, no, Zack Snyder's career is done. It's over with the DCEU. We just thought it'd be funny to put a little joke in there to get everyone Snyder fan just, were they? No, they're not do it. It sucked, idiots. I got some of you. I know I got some of you. Terrible numbers. I gotta say, keep the trending hashtag Don't Restore the Snyderverse. It's just, it's all over the place. Snooze fest. All right, moving on. This year's Oscars will have a dress code for women only. Now, this is to combat the situation of Me Too in Hollywood and just how boys will be boys and they're always going after women and sexually harassing them. So because men aren't able to control themselves, we have to put these restrictions on women to protect them. So looking at some of these dress code guidelines, they're gonna no bare shoulders. Necklines must be modest. That's a real shame for Salma Hayek. No bare midriff, so we're not going to see any, belly buttons or anything. Sorry, freaks out there. The length of the dress, too, this is interesting. Kind of harkens back to like high school days. But the length of the dress, if you hang your hands down, wherever the ends of your fingers are, the dress has to exceed those. So they're actually going by like, hey, Gwyneth Paltrow, put your hands down by your side. What's that? Your dress is short. We're going to go have you get a new dress. And so I think what they're doing is they're actually getting old hand-me-down dresses from Meryl Streep, and any actress that doesn't fit the guidelines will have to go grab a Meryl Streep dress. And obviously, it's going to be ill-fitting and not really to your shape. And it's kind of like a forewarning, hey, we have these guidelines. Be sure you're reaching them because men can't control themselves. So, women have to change. They've also hired, I'm just reading, they've hired faculty members from the LA School District to check all the dresses as they're walking the red carpet. So people are going to be falling around, like Shailene Woodley, this is a little close, but, I think this is a good change. Obviously, men, it's just so horrible, the harassment situation that we have. And I just don't see any solution besides making it women's problem. So let's put these restrictions in place. Let's control women to protect them, men aren't going to change, right? Moving on here. Quentin Tarantino has been inspired by Zack Snyder, and he will be releasing the Tarantino Cut of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And now you're wondering, I thought we got the story that we got, but apparently Tarantino doesn't seem to think so, because this whole new cut will be from the perspective of Margot Robbie's feet. Now, this is very bold. And Netflix is already offering to purchase this cut for $200 million. And I've got to say, as a foot guy, I am excited for this. I am very excited to see the journeys, the steps that it takes. Maybe it presses into some clay at some point through it. I think that'd be pretty fun. But something that I really was concerned about in the film, because we saw so many great feet, and admittedly underutilized in the film. Where was Leo's feet? Where was Brad's feet? Let's get some male foot representation in there, Because I was tired of looking at a shirtless, godlike Brad Pitt. But I didn't get a sense of how his toes would step into like a sandy beach or something, So let's get that going, or maybe there's like a puddle and Brad steps in and it's all wet and stuff. I don't know. I think it'd be really cool. So I'm really excited for this. It's about 14 hours long, is what they're saying. Quentin, send us a copy. All right, you know my address. Okay, moving on. Rick and Morty Season 5 will require an IQ test. Okay? To watch the upcoming season on Adult Swim, you'll need to take an IQ test on an official IQ website to watch the new season premiering Sunday, June 20th. Now, your score must be over 130 to be eligible to watch it, all right? And you'll need to send that score to rickandmorty.com. Now, they're doing this because apparently some people who have been watching this show just don't really have the IQ to understand it, and they're worried. There's a concern growing in the community that people are going to watch it and be like, this is a dumb show and it's cartoonish and not really that intelligent, it's meandering, and they had a plot thread in season 2, but they completely abandoned it through 3 and 4, and that it's just been kind of like meandering garbage ever since, which is obviously the opinion of an idiot. But they need intellectuals watching this show so that it's fully appreciated. So I think this is a good change. I probably won't be watching the new season, not because my IQ isn't big enough. I know for a fact it's 150, all right? I haven't taken an IQ test ever, but, I mean, it's safe to assume I'm the host of the damn Kernel, right? So I have to be pretty intelligent. But, yeah, it's just a little infantile for me, but it's good that they're, I guess, filtering the weeds out, right? So we'll see. All right, everybody, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a second. Stick around. Hey, everyone. I hope you're enjoying the episode so far. We just actually want to take this break for a second to show you about some exciting stuff. Now, you may have been watching the episode and noticed this pin right here. And the pin says, I risked my life for Tenet. And when I got this pin from redbubble.com, which is actually where you can find all of our merch, this right here is a kind of like signed contract, a sort of a statement right here that I risked my life during the middle of a global pandemic to see a masterpiece film. And I actually did that multiple times. And I think something at the Kernel we've been talking about is, since we're all such huge fans, that this is a kind of a badge of honor, a badge of courage, if you will. So we're actually selling these on Redbubble. These I risked my life for Tenet pins. You can get them as stickers like this. A larger sticker you put kind of on a laptop screen. Maybe you put it in the corner of your screen, so when you're watching Tenet for your 17th time, you get a reminder that you actually braved the perils of the world to see this film and promote really high quality filmmaking. So if you want to get these, check them out at redbubble.com. We actually have a bunch of great merch over there. We also have this great sticker written and directed by Quintifer Nolentino. This is if you want to flex on some film fans and let them know that you're a fan of great writing in film, and you're also a fan of great writing and great directing in film. So kind of to show that you really appreciate true cinema. We also have this great one right here that I think is awesome. I think this is it's God King Nolan, but I think this is while he's filming The Prestige, if I'm not mistaken. This is The Prestige Nolan right here. So you can wear this and just kind of show your support of a really true visionary that Christopher Nolan is. And then finally, we have just a standard The Kernel News kind of sticker you can put on like a laptop screen. And this right here actually works in film debates as sort of a get out of jail free for a bad take. If you feel like you have something controversial, you just take this sticker off, you show it to someone, and they know. It's kind of just, hey, don't debate me, all right? Don't try to fight me on this. I'm going to beat you. I do want to make it clear, if you do end up purchasing the I Risk My Life for Tenet sticker, you have to have seen Tenet in theaters. This is a club that we want exclusivity for. We want it to be a badge of courage. You wouldn't wear a purple heart, just because you fought in the war, right? You want this to mean something. So please only buy the Iris for My Life for Tenet if you truly did see Tenet in theaters, And I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. All right, and we're back. All right, so now we're moving into our quick review section. So this is kind of like how I'm feeling about some of the media that I've seen, catching you up on some stuff you may want to check out, some stuff you may not want to check out. So here's my review of some of the big things that are coming out this week or have been out in the previous week. So first we have The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Season 1, Episodes 1 through 3. This is my kind of speed. This is the stuff I like. This is why I tune into Marvel. I do want to say about my previous comments on WandaVision. My editor kind of exposed me. Yeah, I didn't really like WandaVision that much, but I didn't want people to know that. I didn't want people to know that, and the reason being, to be personal for a moment, is that my grandmother, I didn't want her to know my true thoughts about WandaVision because she's a real MCU head, and I am so sorry, Grandma. I know. I told you that. Oh no, Catherine Hahn's character doesn't feel rushed or forced or anything like that. Or oh, what a satisfying finale. I didn't truly feel that way. So I'm sorry for being disingenuous, but just know going forward, there are things I really do like about Marvel. I when Captain America lifted Mjolnir, we were in the theater together. We're going crazy. So, that's why I didn't want that to get out there. So I don't want you to think I'm manipulating you either, fans. I had a personal connection to it, and I felt like I needed to present the best life for my grandma. So I hope you can understand that. But even though Marvel might have been losing me there for a second, I am fully on board, truly, authentically. I love Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It has kicking. It's got the punches, the explosions. Not so much of a think piece. This is Marvel high octane, Fast and Furious. I love it. All right, so check it out for sure. And also male leads. Oh my goodness, are we not so excited to finally have men running the show again? My goodness, I've missed it. It's so relatable. When I was watching WandaVision, I was like, we don't have the same genitals. I didn't understand how her perspective. It didn't make any sense to me. So now that we have male leads again, I think everyone's just kind of more excited. The energy is definitely there. Also, hashtag not my cap. That is not my Captain America out there. Wyatt Russell, you pale in comparison to Chris Evans. Let me tell you that. But we at the Kernel do not condone death threats. Though we should make that very clear. We don't condone death threats. So please stop sending death threats to Wyatt Russell. Mild threats are fine. I think we can say that, right? Hey, I'm gonna, leave a flaming bag of dog poop on your doorstep, or I'm gonna hit your car with mine. I think that's all fine, but stop the death threats, But keep mumming him. I love a good meme. So let's keep that going. All right, moving on here. Godzilla versus King Kong 2021. Team Big Monkey. Oh my goodness. Kong was such a mood throughout the whole film. I mean, I like to think that and there's no proof that they didn't do this. I like to think that they designed Kong's physique after my own body, Just the raw strength of him it was so me, And then when he was on the ship and he was sleeping, I was like, Warner Brothers, are you in my room? Because sometimes I do that. I sleep. So, it was just so relatable. I love him so much, and it's really hard to keep spoilers to a minimum here, so I won't say who won, but Aaron Taylor Johnson, he makes an appearance as his character from Godzilla 2014, and, yeah, he has his Tenet 2020 beard. He get that. So I had to take my mask off in the theaters for a second just to catch my breath after I saw him. He was looking very fine. Yeah, really great. It was also great to see an aged-up Brie Larson get torn to pieces by Mechagodzilla. I thought that was great, and it was actually weird to me that they didn't do it earlier in the film. I was like, I had to just sit with her insufferable self for a while. That was great to see her get ripped apart. God, it's really hard not to spoil. It's really hard. You know what I'll say, though? Stay for the end credit scene. Stay past the credit scroll, all of that stuff at the end. I know it's like 10 to 15 minutes, but there's so many talented people who worked on this film. Stay, because at the end credit scene, once the scrolls passed, it blows up the whole universe. It changes everything. So stick around, stay planted in your seats. I'm already waiting. I can't wait for the sequel. Oh my God. And then when Godzilla ripped Kong's head off at the end, that was crazy. Oh, no spoilers. Okay, moving on to Nobody. Nobody 2021. Here's the synopsis if you don't know. Old white guy punches and shoots people. And I mean, does that excite anyone anymore? You know? And I love a good white male rage film. I love when the main character is white. I love when he rages. I love those sort of movies. But this just felt like a ripoff of John Wick. It was such a ripoff of John Wick. It was even from the same writer. So that was like, what? You know? And it's like, be more original. And also, like, who's Bob Odenkirk? You know? Like, nobody wants us to believe that Bob Odenkirk, this nobody, is like a super secret hitman guy. I mean, let's make Nobody a somebody. Chris Hemsworth. That's who they should have cast. They should have cast Chris Hemsworth for this role. In John Wick producers, if you need any pointers with the next film, just give me a call, okay? I can work some stuff out. I'm white. I'm male. I get mad sometimes, often even, I'd say. So something to think about when you make a Nobody 2 Electric Shootaloo or some crap like that. Ugh. It wasn't my thing, you know? But there's a market out there for it. I can respect that some people, you know, don't have a 150 plus IQ. So, yeah. For those bottom feeders, great movie. You know? And finally here, this is our Did You Know section. So this is a deep dive into film knowledge and movie trivia that won't be found on IMDb. So you're getting it straight from the source. So, did you know? Will Smith refused to reprise his role of Deadshot in the Suicide Squad 2021 for one singular reason. Reportedly, Will Smith viciously threw James Gunn's script in the trash after realizing his character wouldn't say the famous line, "What are we, some kind of a Suicide Squad?" And Will Smith, I would have done the same damn thing. That is integrity. That is preservation of the character and the spirit of these movies. For shame, James Gunn. You should have worked that into the movie. You should have kept that A-list talent. Well done, Will. You're a goddamn treasure. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. As always, I'm Noah Norton. Go check out our Instagram account. Go check us out on TikTok. And be sure to check thekernelnews.biz to check out some of these more great merch that we have on sale over there. Have a good one.